Welcome back. All right, 2 early games to talk about. The other 9 games will be one review video later. I was going to start something this week where I delayed the power rankings until Sunday morning in terms of the posting of said power rankings. Due to the fact that we're gaining an hour tonight, I'm not going to be doing that. Just letting people know that that's going to be the way that it goes. I'm gonna make it so that I record the power rankings on Saturday nights, and that they post to the channel on Sunday morning, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. So it's not a huge difference. And for people in Europe, they're saying, well, that's how I like to start out my day. It shouldn't make a huge difference to the start of the day. And yeah. So anyways, we're going to start things off talking about Florida and Dallas. This, of course, from Finland. DeSmith versus Knight. And they start all 7 Finns once again. Both teams generate first-minute chances. The shots are 3-2 Panthers at 3 minutes. Forsling has a rush chance that deflects out. The Stars press at 6 minutes. Knight holds on there. More Stars pressure, but they're kept to the outside. When the Panthers press, they're kept away from the net as well. Both teams came out today clearly wanting to decrease the number of chances. Coming out of yesterday's game, which was crazy, today's game was far more controlled than that one was. Stars draw a power play. Dodonov has a shot that deflects out. Heiskanen has a shot that's blocked. It's cleared. The power play's killed off. 1 shot on net during that power play. Shots are 6-3 Dallas with 8.5 minutes left. And the announcers kept talking about how great Dallas was playing, and I kept thinking, well, but they're not getting a lot of really good shots on net either. So both teams are playing pretty well. I think it was just because Dallas didn't look good yesterday, so today at least it looked like they were keeping up. Ben has a net drive that's blocked. The Stars press with 6 minutes left, but at 14:47 off of a face-off win, Rodriguez buries a deflection. Mikkola and Reinhart with the assists. Florida is ahead 1-0. Things are brawly after Schmidt takes a board. The Panthers come out of that with a power play. There's an early cycle. It's cleared. There's a shorthanded rush by Hintz. Panthers set up again. Verhaeghe has a shot that's held. That power play's killed off 2 shots on net. So through the first period, it's 1-0 for Florida. Second period, there's an early power play for Dallas. There's a near miss for Stankoven. Puck's cleared out. Power play's killed off. Panthers press at 3.5 minutes. The shots are 2-1 Dallas at 5 minutes. And again, today's game to this point was very low event. Panthers, though, they draw a power play, and Tkachuk scores from Balinskis and Barkov at 8:47. Stankoven then has a shot that's blocked aside as now that they're down by 2. Dallas is trying to come back in this. Stars draw a power play. Johnston's denied from the side of the net. Puck's cleared out, but Dallas does score on the power play. It's Dodonov from Johnston and Duchesne at 11:22. Stars then press to tie it, and they do. Matt Duchesne scores. He buries a backhand on a tic-tac-toe play. Heiskanen and Harley with the assists at 11:56. So that ties the game at 2. Stars then press for the lead, but we get a power play for the Panthers. Verhaeghe has a shot that's held. There's some pushing. We end up with 32 seconds of 4-on-4. Everything gets killed off there. It's 2-2 after 2. Third period, there's a near miss for Bennett from the inner slot. And then on a face-off win, Noshak with a really nice play. Greer with the goal at 2:32. Noshak's actually on the news board that I'm filling out right now. But at any rate, in his first game of the season, I do believe, he gets an assist there. It was a really nice play by him to get it to Greer. We then have a power play drawn by Florida. Lundell has a chance that's held. That power play's killed off. The shots are 7-2 for Florida, 8 minutes into the period. Rodriguez has a one-timer that deflects out. Dodonov has a net drive that gets blocked. There's a post for Robertson. The Stars press with 7.5 minutes left. The Stars are building up some momentum, seeking the tying goal. Flyers then press. They're kept to the outside. Dallas pulls the goalie with 1:45 left, and at 19 minutes, Reinhart hits the empty net from Luostarinen. Florida wins 4-2. They go to 9-3-1. They sweep this series in Finland, and Dallas probably glad to be coming back home. They are now 7-4. Shots on net, 9-7 Dallas in the first, 9-6 Dallas in the second, 11-7 Florida in the third. Final shots 25-24 Dallas. Both teams go 1 for 4 on the power play. The hits 26-22 for Dallas. DeSmith 20 saves on 23 shots. Knight 23 saves on 25 shots for Spencer, who had a very good game. Not that DeSmith had a bad game, just Knight was the better of the two, I do believe. All right, and the other game that's been played so far today, Boston and Philadelphia. Two teams that are near the bottom of the standings in the East, and Boston avenges what was a 2-0 loss on Tuesday. It's Korpisalo versus Eriksson. There's an early Bruins power play. Elias Lindholm has a shot that saved. Brazeau misses one wide on a rebound. Power plays killed off, just the one shot. Shots are 2-0 Boston, 3.5 minutes in. Pasternak can't bury one in close as the Bruins press. Shots are 6-0 Boston at 5 minutes. We get a power play for the Flyers. Tippett has a shot that's held. Then there's a shorthanded rush by Zadorov that's saved, and Eriksson loses a blade on the play. Now, in that Eriksson ends up leaving the game not long after that, I do wonder if the blade slipped and caused his leg to slip a little bit more. Minus a blade, you don't have any friction with the ice, and I'm wondering if he hyperextended something. So with Eriksson, he would leave the game not too long after, and I'm wondering if on that play he hyperextended something, which means either ligament or groin. So either way, that's going to affect your ability to move in the net, and so we'll see how long he's out. Hopefully it's just a day-to-day thing. It can be really hard to tell, though. At any rate, the power play's killed off, and it's a Flyers power play we were on. So the Flyers press after it ends. Kolosov goes in shortly thereafter, and the speculation was, so is it the skate blade or is it an injury? Since Eriksson didn't come back, he wasn't even sitting on the bench as the backup later on in the game. Fedotov apparently was the e-bug for this game in case something happened to Kolosov. But yeah, so that was the question mark there. Zacha then has a one-timer that's blocked. Wotherspoon breaks up a 2-on-1. Sanheim fires one wide from the slot. The Bruins rush, and on a play they set up after, Geekie buries a rebound. Poitras Hampus Lindholm with the assists at 13:28. The shots are 12-4 for Boston with 3 minutes left. The Flyers press with 2 minutes left. Things are pushy on a hold by Korpisalo. These teams really don't like each other. 1:13 left. The Bruins get a power play. The fans booed. I think they wanted a penalty on Hampus Lindholm at the other end for holding a Philly player up against the boards. But that power play rolls over into the second period. Boston ahead 1-0. And this is where we saw Kolosov was still in, so it's definitely not an equipment issue for Eriksson. There's a near miss for Coyle. Early chances for Boston, but the Flyers do finish the kill. Things are then pushed on a hold by Kolosov. The Flyers press at 2.5 minutes. Hathaway gets shaken up on a hit. Looked like he got cut. He had to leave for repairs. Shots are 3-2 Flyers at 5.5 minutes. There's a near miss for Zacha on a turnover. The Bruins press. They're kept to the outside. The Flyers draw a power play. There's an early clear. Another clear. That ends up being killed off. Brink is denied after. The Flyers get a little bit of pressure after. Couturier's then denied. The Bruins finally clear it. Zacha couldn't bury one in close during what was a brief press for Boston. And then Brazeau adds one. He scores from Marchand and Elias Lindholm at 11:23. So both of the Lindholms on the board. No relation. The Bruins then press for another. The shots are 7-6 Boston with 5.5 minutes left. Konechny has a rush chance that's held. The Flyers press with 1.5 minutes left. But after 2 periods of play, it's 2-0 for the Bruins. Third period, good early flow, not a lot of whistles. Michkov has a shot that's held. The shots are 2-0 Flyers, 4.5 minutes in. There's a near miss for Frederick from the slot. The Bruins press are kept to the outside. There's more pressure by Boston 8 minutes in. Flyers fans were not happy during this game at all with the play of the Flyers. Near miss for Pasternak. The Flyers clear. Tippett has a net drive chance. That's saved. McAvoy has a point shot that's blocked as the Bruins press with 9 minutes left in the game. Bruins have a 2-on-1 that's defended. Kolosov then holds on to a shot from Lowry. I know better. Bad hockey guy. Flyers press with 6 minutes left. Brazeau's denied on a net drive. Then there's a shoulder save and out on an Emile Andre chance, which he looked like he realized he could have taken a different shot afterwards. The goalie pull happens with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left because you're down by 2, right? And trying to generate 2 goals for the Flyers, it can be a challenge. Marchand hits the empty net at 16:21. Pasternak with the assist. He hits that empty net from his own zone right in the middle. Things then get punchy with 2:14 left. Again, these teams really building up the dislike during the game. Geekie nearly adds one. Kolosov saves. And then things get punchy on a hold by Kolosov in the final minute. So the Flyers come out of that with a power play. The Flyers cycle. Brink's denied. And remember, the rubber match in this battle is on December the 7th. Yeah, these teams not getting along. Boston wins 3-0. They go to 5-6-1 with the victory. The Flyers drop to 4-7-1. Shots on net favored Boston through the first and third. 14-5 in the first. Both teams had 7 shots in the second. Boston outshoots Philly 10-8 in the third. Final shots 31-20 for Boston. Power plays the Bruins 0 for 2 and the Flyers 0 for 4. One thing I'm tracking early in the season is the Flyers' power play at home still looks bad. On the road, it's pretty good. So that's a curious difference there. Hits 30-22 Philadelphia. Korpisalo, not an overly difficult shutout, but he does get the shutout. He does make all 20 saves. We'll see what Jim Montgomery does next game out. If you go back with Korpisalo, or since the game's tomorrow against Seattle, I'm guessing it's Swayman. Ersson saved all 8 shots. Again, we don't know how long he's going to be out. Kolosov was fine, though. 20 saves on 22 shots. I think the Flyers could go with Kolosov in the next game. I do think... And it is a small sample size, but between Kolosov and Fedotov, I think Kolosov is a bit better as a goaltender. But you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. At least early in the season, right? Not overall, but at least early in the season. Let me know your thoughts. Hit like and subscribe in the event you have not done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again soon.